How many of you have parts of your life that make you feel proud right now? Maybe you feel proud of your health. Maybe you feel proud of your work. Maybe you feel proud of your relationships. There are always some areas in life where we feel strong, where we feel like things are working well. But let me ask you another question. How many of you also have some areas of your life that need improvement? Some areas that you know deep down need a little kick, a little push, a little courage to turn around? That's why you're here. That's what we are going to face together. Life is a journey, and this journey has seasons. Just like nature has winter, spring, summer, and fall, our lives move through seasons too. Each season has its own lessons. Each season brings challenges. And each season gives us opportunities to grow. Think about springtime. Everybody loves spring. Spring feels easy. Flowers bloom. The air feels fresh. Trees grow without much effort. If you start something in the spring, whether it's a business, a new relationship, or even a new habit, it feels natural. Everything seems to work. And sometimes, when things work that easily, we even trick ourselves into believing that we are smarter than we really are. But often, it's just the season we're in. Then comes summer. Summer is beautiful, but summer is also demanding. Summer brings heat. Summer asks for work. If you planted a garden in spring, summer is when you have to water it, protect it, and pull the weeds. Summer tests your patience. In life, summer is the season where you must protect what you've built. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. After summer comes fall. Fall is harvest. Fall is the time you enjoy the rewards of all your effort. You taste the fruit. You see the results. It feels amazing because you remember all the hard work you went through to get here. Fall teaches us that hard work pays off. But then comes winter. Winter is the season most people dislike. Winter can feel long, cold, and dark. Sometimes it feels like it will never end. Winter makes you question yourself. Winter makes you wonder if the sun will ever rise again. But here's the truth, no winter lasts forever. No storm lasts forever. No pandemic, no war, no bad economy lasts forever. The world always moves forward. Life always changes. That is the first rule of life, everything changes. Change is automatic. You don't need to work on change, it will happen anyway. If you do nothing, your body will still change. Your relationships will still change. The economy will still change. Time itself guarantees change. But progress is not automatic. Progress requires awareness. Progress requires decisions. Progress requires energy and focus. Progress is a choice. So let me ask you, do you want to simply let life change around you, or do you want to create progress inside your life? Because those are two very different things. Most of what controls us in life is not what we consciously think about. Most of what controls us are our habits, our unconscious patterns. Studies show that over 65% of what we do every single day is habit. That means most of your life is not based on new decisions but on old patterns you keep repeating. Think about your emotions. Don't most people experience the same set of emotions over and over? They feel happy, then worried, then frustrated, then excited, then upset, then calm, then frustrated again. It's the same loop. People live inside emotional patterns. Here's the danger, we start to believe those patterns are who we are. If you've been frustrated many times, you start to say, I'm just an angry person. If you've been worried for years, you start to say, I'm just an anxious person. But that's not who you are. That's just a pattern. And here's the good news, patterns can be changed. If you think something is wrong with you, it feels heavy and almost impossible to fix. But if you realize it's just a pattern, then you can break it. You can replace it with something new. You don't need to fix yourself, you need to fix the pattern. I've spent my life studying patterns. Why people succeed. Why people fail. Why people feel strong. Why people feel weak. And I've learned that patterns can be interrupted and replaced with new ones, faster and easier than most people imagine. Sometimes, change starts with pain. Sometimes, pain is the wake-up call we need. You keep ignoring something for months or even years, and then one day the pain becomes so strong that you finally say, "Enough! I must change this." Pain can push us to grow. But here's the trap: many times, we promise ourselves we will change. You've done this, right? You said, "I will fix this. I will handle this." And you meant it. You felt motivated. You felt ready. But then days passed, and you didn't follow through. And then you got frustrated with yourself. That happens because your conscious mind and your unconscious mind are not aligned. Consciously, you say you want to exercise. But unconsciously, you want to stay comfortable. Consciously, you say you want to save money. But unconsciously, you want the pleasure of buying something now. The real secret is alignment. When your conscious desires and your unconscious patterns move in the same direction, that's when real change happens. That's when progress becomes lasting. But let me tell you another truth. Learning is not enough. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. You can read books. You can take courses. You can go to seminars. But if you don't execute, if you don't take action, nothing changes. Execution is power. Execution beats knowledge every single day. And here's what execution takes: energy. Huge energy. Even if you are tired. Even if you didn't sleep. Even if you feel weak. You have more energy inside you than you think. You have a hidden reservoir. But you must demand it. You must call it out. And when you do, it will show up. Once you discover that energy, once you push past the point where you thought you had nothing left, you begin to see who you really are. You begin to see your strength. That's why in this journey, we will not just talk with our minds. We will use our bodies. Because your body and your mind are connected. The way you move your body changes the way you feel. Change your movement, and you can change your emotions. Think about your face. You have 38 muscles in your face. Most people use the same 3 expressions every single day. Same expressions, same emotions, same patterns. But if you change your expressions, if you move your body differently, you literally change the blood flow in your brain, your biochemistry shifts, and your emotions change. We'll use tools like this. I call them biohacks, shortcuts to change your state. They are like buttons you can press in your own nervous system. Once you know where those buttons are, you can create change in seconds. At first, it might feel strange. At first, it might feel hard. But if you push through, you'll discover new levels of strength. Just like lifting weights. If the weight is too light, you don't grow. If the weight challenges you, that's when you grow. Growth comes through challenge. So don't expect comfort here. Comfort feels nice, but comfort doesn't create transformation. Growth is found in the moments you feel stretched, tested, and even tired. That's where breakthroughs live. Here's the truth: most people underestimate how much power they already have. They wait for the perfect time to start. They wait for the kids to grow up, for the money to come in, for the boss to notice them, for the economy to improve, for the pain to go away. And while they wait, life keeps moving. Seasons keep changing. Opportunities keep passing. If you wait for life to get easier before you take action, you'll be waiting forever. The secret is to start where you are, with what you have, right now. Because motion creates emotion. Once you move, clarity comes. Once you act, courage grows. Think about a time when you didn't feel ready, but you stepped up anyway. Maybe you spoke up in a meeting even though your heart was pounding. Maybe you asked for help even though your pride was screaming not to. Maybe you made a phone call that scared you. And what happened? The fear shrank. Confidence grew. Progress happened. Life rewards boldness. Not recklessness, but boldness. The bold are the ones who create change and don't mistake progress for perfection. Too many people refuse to start because they think they must have it all figured out. Let me tell you something, you don't need a perfect plan. You need momentum. Progress is messy. Growth is uncomfortable. But messy action will always beat perfect inaction. Every master was once a disaster. Every leader started as a beginner. Every champion stumbled before they succeeded. What separates them from the rest is that they didn't quit in winter. They didn't hide in summer. They planted in spring and harvested in fall, again and again. They trusted the cycle and played the long game. Your life will change the moment you demand more from yourself than anyone else could demand of you. The moment you stop settling. The moment you say, "This is no longer acceptable. I will not tolerate less than I'm capable of." That's the line in the sand. That's where transformation begins. Because the truth is, we don't get what we want in life, we get what we tolerate. If you tolerate exhaustion, you'll keep living exhausted. If you tolerate toxic relationships, you'll keep attracting them. If you tolerate fear, you'll keep shrinking. Raise your standards, and your world will rise to meet them. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's not. Life will test you. Life will throw curveballs. Life will knock you down. But the question is not, will you fall? The question is, will you rise? Every time you rise, you build strength. Every time you rise, you teach yourself that you're stronger than you thought. And soon, rising becomes your identity. Falling becomes just another step in the dance of growth. So, stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop holding back. Step forward now. Train your mind. Train your body. Train your heart. Demand more of yourself than ever before. And remember, change is automatic, but progress is not. Progress requires bold, consistent, courageous action. And that action starts here today, with you.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.